The murder trial of former Orlando Pirates and Bafana goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa is expected to resume in the High Court in Pretoria this morning after a month-long postponement. 5 men are on trial for the premeditated murder of the soccer icon who was gunned down at the mother's home of his girlfriend, Kelly Khumalo, almost 8 years ago. Chriselda Lewis has been following this story and she joins us now live. Chriselda, what can we expect this morning?
Well, Desiree, a very good morning to you once again. Indeed, after much high drama at the last court sitting here at the murder trial of Senzo Meyiwa, we're expecting the matter to get underway at 9:30 this morning. We're expecting the forensic detective, Thabo Mosia, who is the first witness, the state witness in this matter, to be back on the stand this morning. You would recall, of course, much public outrage about what had taken place at the last sitting here at the High Court in Pretoria, where one of the advocates representing 4 of the accused, Advocate Tifo Malisela, had been arrested here on a matter unrelated to this particular case inside this court. Condemnation from quite a number of quarters, including from the police minister, Kelly, who demanded after that display a report about why the advocate had been arrested in that manner. Many accusations about the force that was used to arrest him in this matter, but we already heard from Advocate Malisela Tifo that he's not expecting any of that case that he is facing to have any impact on how this case goes forward. We do understand that he will continue to represent 4 of those accused in this particular matter. We're expecting, as I indicated, the forensic detective to be back on the stand this morning. You'd recall, Desiree, that he was one of the first police officers to be at the scene where Senzo Meyiwa had been killed. We're expecting him to be cross-examined on exactly what he found and much more about how the scene was, to give evidence on what he found, what were some of the forensics that were taken at the scene on the day that Senzo Meyiwa was called, the day that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. We're also not expecting the Meyiwa family to be in court this morning. I understand that they will return to this court at a much later stage, but we're not expecting any interruptions, Desiree, this morning. But of course, with this particular case, anything is possible. You'd recall, with much of that high drama that had taken place regarding the arrest of the advocate I'd spoken about. Also, what we saw taking place was, the unfortunate passing of Brigadier Philani Ndlovu. And subsequent to that, there had been a lot said about whether he was due to be a state witness in this particular matter. The National Prosecuting Authority saying that no statement had been taken from Brigadier Philani Ndlovu. You'd recall his name had came up in this particular court at the last sitting, where Advocate Malisela Tifo had basically asked Thabo Mosia, who's the forensic detective who we're expecting back on the stand this morning, about Brigadier Philani Ndlovu. Subsequent to that, the National Prosecuting Authority, and we're hearing from the authorities, law enforcement as well, is that no statement had been taken from Brigadier Philani Ndlovu. So basically indicating that he was not due to take the stand in this particular matter. There had been lots of commentary about whether he was due, whether he was a critical witness who had passed away and was due to take the stand in this matter. The National Prosecuting Authority indicating that that was not the case. No statement had been taken from him. So we're expecting the matter, Desiree, to get underway at 9:30 this morning. We're not expecting any members of the Meyiwa family to arrive here this morning. We understand the return to court at a much later stage, so the expectation is that that testimony will continue this morning of the forensic detective Thabo Mosia.
Thank you so much, Chriselda, for setting the scene for us. There is always a huge national interest in the developments in this court process, so we'll endeavour to bring it to you live.